welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It's not a date or time specific reading. Whenever you come upon it, if it speaks to you, it may be your message at that time. Not a lot going on in the cosmos as I record this. We did just have a beautiful conjunction between the Sun and Jupiter that only happens like once every 12 years. So if you've been feeling a lot of uplifted, expanded, abundant energy, that's part of the reason, not to mention some solar flares, lots of light codes coming online. So, but next week we have, or about a week from today, we actually have the new moon solar eclipse, and we have Mercury stationing retrograde. So we're good for now. Let's cruise on that flow. I'm pulling from Starry Beginnings to kick off the reading. You get card 27. Be clear on what you want. Put action to your goals. Make them a reality. Put action to your goals. You can be here as a cross watcher as well. So if you're here as a cross watcher watching for a Capricorn, you can take this card as your own personal little message from Spirit. Put action to your goals and make them a reality. Oh, got it. So let's go ahead and jump in. There's your card right there on the bottom. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm just going to pull the spread. I'll tell you my general impressions, then we'll do some clarifying. Call it a day. All right, here we go, Capricorn. Wow, very lovely. So your opening card is about love. And look at the challenge position. We have love and passion here. And this is exactly that message. Put action to your goals to make them a reality. So right off the bat, I'm feeling the action part is the issue. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yep. Spirit's giving you that same message as well. Oh my heavens. On the bottom is that Eight of Wands. So there's something here that needs to be communicated, talked through. The Eight of Wands is also a card of travel. And in your conscious awareness, we have the Chariot. So you may, some of you, not all of you, it is a general reading, so you're just going to have to take it as it resonates for you. Some of you may need to travel to take care of an issue here that remains unresolved, or where there's been a breach of trust and some sense of regret or loss or sadness around that. So back to the beginning, as I said, I feel this is, there's some sort of, the Ace of Wands is coming through reversed. Let me just get that out there. The Ace of Wands is coming through reversed. There isn't the action. There's no motivation. There's something that's like a failure to launch. So because this is how it would look in the normal spread, it crosses us, right? So there's this difficulty getting something, getting a rise out of somebody, if I can say it that way. In unconscious awareness with the Five of Cups, there's, you know, the sense of grief, loss, sorrow, something that's been lost to you. Maybe some mistakes were made along the way. Maybe there are some regrets in the past. Six of Pentacles, and this is talking to you about something that has likely not been reciprocal, and that's probably what you're trying to get out of the person you're here watching about, because in your conscious awareness is the Chariot, and the Chariot is a victory card. It's triumph. It is taking you either towards something or away from something, and always for your highest good. And that was in the morning musing. Yeah, it was your focus card. So I love that it's showing up right here in your focus at this moment. The future we have here are King of Pentacles, and this is probably the one who is not offering you at this time, or isn't motivated or incentivized on some level to offer you that natural give and take here in 3D. Spirit's talking to you about what you're calling in, what you're setting in motion. The Two of Wands would come first, right? And that came up in the morning musing, did it not? It did. And so the Two of Wands is when we're choosing the path, when we see out on the horizon all the possibilities. We narrow it down in our field of vision and we say, which path is likely to get me there, and what do I have to set in motion? And this is that energy coming back towards you. That's why they call it the ships coming in card. So we'll look at that. It is part manifestation, part anticipation. So in the hidden energies, we have the Page of Swords. Some message of clarity. Maybe this person is, if you're in some form of separation, maybe they're kind of checking up on you. They're doing a little reconnaissance. The Page of Swords to me is always the spire detective of the tarot. In your hopes and or fears, it's about commitment, right? So there may be an issue here. There may be difficulty getting this person to take that next step, to take the initiative or the opportunity that's being handed to them. I'm not sure this Ace of Wands belongs to you, is what I'm trying to say energetically. And going forward, we have the Seven of Swords. So we'll look at that through the clarifiers. It's got a million different meanings, but it suggests to me that there's some measure of avoidance that may continue. Yeah. Because right now I'm not seeing anything nefarious. If there were other cards here that were talking to me loudly about something where you're in any kind of danger, I would say so, but I'm not seeing that. So I'm feeling more avoidance, somebody not taking the initiative, not offering any kind of, not just not showing up for you in the way that you show up for them. Got it? Okay. So Ace of Cups crossed by the Ace of Wands. Emperor, Page of Pentacles, Devil. Keep in mind, this is a card of Capricorn, so it could just be that simple, but I feel like there is a divine masculine energy here, and this King of Pentacles is coming through to me as the culprit, who has a lot of fears around commitment, kind of just breadcrumbs, doesn't really offer anything tangible, stable, predictable, just kind of comes through as someone, there's a lot of love here. You may feel that this person is the one, or has been the one you've been thinking about life partnership with, and that has come through in like the last 3 readings pretty strong. But I feel this person is breadcrumbing you. They're not showing up for you to the same degree that you show up for them. And there's a lot of sadness around that. So let's see that Five of Cups. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. High Priestess, your intuition is telling you that there's some serious avoidance or even a breach of trust. You may have, this person may have, because we had that Eight of Wands on the bottom, this person may have communicated to you what you wanted to hear and then just failed to come through with it. And so that can cause a breach of trust, right? So I do feel like you're feeling very alone in this moment, very much on your own, operating on intuition about this person's trustworthiness or the reasons for either their disappearing act or them seeking an escape hatch from anything to do with commitment. Just feels pretty avoidant right now. Let's look at this Six of Pentacles in the past. Well, like I said, I think this person kind of talked a good game. I think there was a lot of joy and energy coming through. Here's the King of Cups, the Three of Cups, celebratory, good times, Ace of Cups. This can even be where you were trying to resolve or balance some third party situation. And that doesn't have to be anything nefarious either, except that we do have the Seven of Swords twice. So if you already know that there's a third party involvement that you were trying to balance and work through, take that as some confirmation. If you don't have that, I'm not telling you that you do. So please understand that I'm getting two different readings because of other cards on the table. But I feel like there was good energy in the past, but this person likely made some sort of gesture that they didn't follow up on, that they didn't follow through on is the better way to say it, on an emotional level in 3D. Like, yes, I'm invested in the connection. Yes, I want what you want. Yes, we're on the same page. Yes, I understand reciprocity and all that. And maybe not using those words, of course. But yeah, I'm there for you, babe. I'm there for you. I got you. No, they didn't. So let's look at the Chariot. And they didn't, not because they're a bad human being, because I don't make those kinds of judgments, but because they are not as ready for what you're ready for. And so instead of running the risk of telling you that directly and then losing you altogether, they kind of do this sort of little 3-card Monty thing, right? Find the golf ball under the cups, right? And, geez. So, in your conscious awareness, we have 4 major arcana. So this is a very powerful shift for you. And I feel like you think it's time. You might be a little, let me tell you what it's time for. You might be a little fearful of the unknown, of what comes next. But you feel you're receiving signs that it's time to close out this cycle, that it's time for you to move on. And the World card is about endings, things coming to closure, but it's also about new beginnings. And that may be what you fear more. And the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter. So there are blessings when the Wheel of Fortune comes in. And I feel like the sense I'm getting from you is, even though you're a little fearful of new beginnings, you are feeling blessed somewhat that the timing is right for you to move on. I do feel like you're moving away from something that has been very disappointing, leaving you feeling in the lurch all on your own, feeling somehow deceived, and maybe not in a terrible way, but like, this person lying by omission of fact, not telling you that they have no intention of entering into a long-term committed relationship with you for whatever reasons. But I think they gave you initially the impression that they were, that what they did want. So I see you kind of closing that out and moving on. King of Pentacles. Whoa. Well, this person's going to sense, or if there's any communication where you tell this person, yeah, I'm done, I'm out, I'm going on my way, the time is right, this isn't unfolding the way that I expected, anticipated, desired. And then all of a sudden they show up with apologies, with an open heart, right? They come towards you with all this love and these messages, sincere messages. Don't get me wrong, sincere messages from that Page of Cups, and the Knight of Cups, just, very romantic. And finally you hear everything said that you've been waiting to hear that hasn't been said in earnest. And that Queen of Wands under there just feels to me like it's the magnetic pull that you have on this person. I don't think it's representational of a person. I just think it's your energy because it's from under the deck. And it's almost like they can't quit you. They've been breadcrumbing you, but they can't quit you. So the minute you say, yeah, I'm out, I'm moving on, or the minute they sense energetically that you're moving beyond them, they come back. That happens all the time. That is a phenomenon. Common. So let's see Spirit's message, 3 of Wands. 6 of Swords. Spirit saying, you see the future, you know what you want, go toward that. Manifesting that clarity, manifesting peace of mind, moving beyond the troubled waters, moving towards your future and the abundance and the life partnership energy, you know, clearing the path so you can move toward that and being very focused on it. So I do feel you're being guided towards some intention setting when we have that new moon with the solar eclipse. That will be a very powerful time for you to really set some clear intentions that you're focusing on your future and you're leaving the troubles behind. Because Spirit's in alignment with what you already have rising up in your conscious awareness, minus the fear. So the way to overcome the fear is to keep your left brain busy and write out what you see for the future, right? Don't type it. Physically write it. Hand write what you see for the future and what you want to focus on. Bullet point it if you need to. Some people are not journalers, and just write it out. Because I really feel that's going to be an important turning point. Page of Swords, and that's coming up on the 20th of April. Page of Swords and the hidden energies. Still kind of I feel like, I'll get to that in a second. I feel like you're still waiting. I do feel this is coming through as your energy, not theirs. Like you're waiting for them to come in and speak some clarity. Feeling so emotionally disconnected, disillusioned, and waiting for that message that would help it all make sense. The 2 of Wands is underneath. Remember what I said about this 3 of Wands. And I told you that the 2 of Wands came out in the morning musing that I did do for the channel members. It was also from the bottom of the deck. So what's happening is an unconscious awareness. You have not yet really chosen the path. You're not fully committed. And that's why Spirit's drawing. You know, if you want something to come towards you, or if you're manifesting some new experience for yourself, you've got to decide what you really want. And then what did your oracle say? Put action. Be clear on what you want, put action to your goals, make them a reality. So you're half in and half out here. You're still waiting for some clarity to explain this emotional disconnect. And therefore, you're not choosing the path at this point. You're close. You're close because we've got the Chariot and the time is now, says the Wheel of Fortune, and the world is like, yes, lessons learned, close it out, note to self, never doing that again, and on to a new beginning. But there's some lingering fear that's keeping you from fully embracing the new path or the best path forward for you so that you can set things in motion. Hierophant in your hopes and or fears. Yeah. You are torn about this ending. The 2 of Pentacles there with the Death card feels to me like you know something has to change. And it is all around the energy of your beliefs around commitment. And it could be that you've already feel like you're committed to this person. And so you're torn about walking away from it, leaving it behind, releasing it, letting it go. You're torn about the ending, even though it's starting to become evident that that's the path forward. You're really slow rolling it. So, okay, with the Knight of Pentacles, I don't mind that, because to me, in your unconscious awareness, you get that you have to be very methodical, very deliberate, very intentional, because things are still up in the air. You're still somehow patiently waiting for this clarity to come in, so that you can get some form of closure and move on. That's probably part of it. But I think your fear is I'm not going to say making a mistake, but that you're going against your beliefs by letting it go, by letting the connection go. Whew. Capricorn, Seven of Swords. Well, you may get your clarity. So now that I said all that, we now have the Divine Feminine. So we know we've got potential twin flame soulmate energy here. And we've got reconciliation. And there's our little Page of Swords bringing in the clarity. What was all the avoidance about? What was all the obfuscation about? What was, not the deception, but the, speaking with forked tongue kind of energy is what's coming through. What you thought you were getting was something more stable and reciprocal and committed and long-term, and what you got was breadcrumbed. I feel like you get some form of reconciliation around it, with an eye toward a message that brings some truth. Okay. Reconciliation is good. The Six of Wands is that energy of making peace and, working it out, a win-win income. You see the wreath of peace there around that wand. And it's like where you kind of come to terms with each other. It feels very warm. It feels like you finally get this, whatever truth it is that you seek. So maybe it's best that you move slowly for a while, because maybe I am seeing something here that you've been wrestling with already for a while, and that all this energy isn't new, that it's older energy that you've been processing, and that you're still on the fence about completely walking away from this. And then you reach the point where what it is that's been hidden, which is the truth, is revealed. So that would be lovely. And that is my hope for you. So what I'm going to do is read the astrology that came through here. That's just extra added confirmation. If it doesn't align, that doesn't mean it's not your reading. But before I do that, there's a link in the description box below this video that will take you to the extended, which is going to be all about our friend the Emperor here. Okay, this King of Cups, King of Pentacles person who I feel is sort of picking up on your energy. If you have not had direct communication, they're picking up on your energy that you're right here. And you're literally just about to go, to call it a day, or a year or whatever. And they may return, because I'm seeing them come back in the future, and I'm seeing a reconciliation in the future as well, with an explanation that rings true. So let's see what comes through for our Emperor. I'm going to look at how he shows up. And I'm just saying he, because it's a masculine figure in the card. Could be a woman, doesn't matter. How they show up in the reading, how they see this situation presently, how they see you, or think about you, or feel about you at this time, depending on the cards that come out. And then their intentions toward you and the connection going forward. And I will close out with some oracle. The link to that is below. So here's what shows up. We have Emperor is Aries. The Page of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and the Devil is Capricorn. We have the Nine of Pentacles is Virgo energy. High Priestess is Pisces. King of Cups is Scorpio. Chariot is Cancerian energy, and the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius. The World card is Saturn, aligned with Aquarius and Capricorn, your ruling planet. The Moon here is Pisces. King of Pentacles is Taurus. The Page of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The Knight of Cups is Pisces. Lots of Pisces energy showing up. Queen of Wands is Aries. Then we've got the Page of Swords is out twice. That's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Temperance is here. That's Sagittarian energy. The Hierophant is Taurus. The Death card is Scorpio. The Knight of Pentacles is Virgo. And we have Venus here, which rules Libra and Taurus. So interesting reading, and if it speaks to you and you want to see it from your person's point of view, the link's below. I'll be there in a second. Otherwise, bye for now.